Hey guys, welcome to the CoVids. This is episode 3, and I'm excited about this one. A good friend of mine is going to be joining us, so let's go ahead and just jump right in. All right, everybody, welcome to episode number 3 of the CoVids. For the last 2 episodes, we've had medical professionals on the show, and today it's something I've been looking forward to. Looking to talk to one of my homies, one of my friends from college, who's in the entertainment industry, much like I am, maybe even more so, I would say, since he's out there doing his thing in plays. He's on cruise ships. He's doing all kinds of different stuff. Coming to us from Atlanta, Georgia right now. Lamont Hill. How you doing, Lamont?
I'm great, Joe. How are you, man?
Man, I'm hanging in here trying to not.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Do you live alone?
I don't know. I live with my cousin.
Okay. So you got a cousin, but yeah. I got a 2-year-old, and I take most of my cousins over that. I love her, but woo,
hey,
oh boy.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, there's a couple cousins I wouldn't take over that, but most of them.
I would. Yeah. I'm with the Yeah.
So you just with the one cousin. It's cool.
Yeah, it's like we good.
Yeah, you feel me? Now Lamont I wanted to get you on here because I've been trying to look for interesting stories, people who've gone through something that's a little out of the norm. Everybody's struggling with jobs. Everybody's struggling with staying at home.
Yeah.
But you actually got caught up in the middle of all this pandemic out at sea, right?
Yeah, man. Let me tell you what's crazy is I was so I started my contract. I started a 6 contract in January. So I got on the ship. It was like a replacement contract. So I didn't go to Florida to rehearse or anything. I went straight to the ship. Had to learn all the stuff I had to learn on the ship.
Oh wow.
My I had to do an engagement in Atlanta the third week, the last weekend in January. So I had already put it in my contract that I can get off the ship, come back to Atlanta, and then get back on the ship, meet the ship in one of the islands or whatever. So at the time where I got off the ship, there were 13 cases of the flu that was just with the crew members, and so they had put us in a code red level 2. Now I'm just okay, this is just the seasonal flu, but it was 13 people, and so I was gone for 2 weeks. In this 2-week period of time, they shut down everything pretty much. They quarantined these particular crew members, and then after that, when I got back on the ship, the day after I got off, everything was lifted, everything's back to normal, and I didn't hear anything else about any cases or whatever. So so that was beginning of February until March, when everything escalated, and it kind of was widespread around the world. I'm like, wow, was that really the flu, or was that coronavirus? I'm really thinking that was coronavirus, but they said it was the flu, or whatever. So yeah, man, it was everything. It just happens. It just escalated so quickly that I'm just what is happening right now? What is going on?
Right.
To be on a cruise ship and to be in a cold. Let me just break it down. In a code red level 2 is it's not fun. They close the gyms. They close any type of activity for the crew. You can't do game. Have game nights. You can't use the crew bar. Like I said, the crew gym. None of those areas were all that stuff was off limits. So it made life on this ship it
horrible?
made it really unpleasant, very unpleasant, and we had to wear
that. Hold on, that was 2 weeks.
So 2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks,
and this was back in January.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then everything lifted pretty much, and then the beginning of March they put us back on a code red level 2, saying that one of the guests had a GI or something. And so I'm well, why would y'all put us on a code red level 2 for one person?
Right.
For GI. And so then I learned that all the ships across our fleet everybody was on a code red level 2. And so this is you can't serve yourself in the cafeteria. Somebody has to serve you. Hand washing was non-negotiable. We had we all had to take shifts and making sure passengers wash their hands before entering into guest areas. It was crazy. So aside from performing, I had to sit by the grand dining room and say, "Hi, please remember to wash your hands before you enter. Please use the hand sanitizer before you enter." It was like, and we had to do this in shifts all day, every day.
So
Like,
you, so you were part performer, part bathroom attendant, is what it sounds like. Like did you have a bucket of mints in a tip jar? You should have.
man, I should have. But like to tell grown people to like wash their hands, and to see like some people like really
they was
got
mad, right?
attitudes with me. Mad. Like, I just washed my hands when I left my room, and I'm like, I'm sorry. It's policy. Please use the hand sanitizer. Please wash your hands again. You know, like you can never wash your hands enough. And so even like on the TVs that they showed they have like crew channels or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And every channel, you could not escape like the guy washing. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. And so everything was just escalating so quickly. And so then as things started progressing, like on the news, I was in the beginning of a 10-day cruise in the Caribbean. And on the third day, they told us that basically this is a situation that's going on. We won't be continuing the cruise. So people were like, I mean, all these people were like out of money, pretty much. We couldn't go to any more islands because all the islands were closing. On top of that, we had passengers from Europe. And at the time, like it was around March 13th when London specifically closed their borders. They were like, you can't come in. So we had to get people off. It was chaotic. It was chaotic. And then then the company didn't know what they wanted to do with like the crew members because I guess no one knew how serious this was. And so they kept all like European crew. They kept like crew from the Philippines, Africa, like because most of the crew is like international. So they basically like waited on that. And then when it really got real bad, when all these countries started closing their borders, now you got people just stuck on the ship, like to this day.
Wow. So there's people still on the ship right now.
To this day, man.
Wow. Now, how long did it take from the moment where they were like, hey, it's cut, we're not going to keep it going, to you guys actually being able to get off the ship? Because I remember on your Instagram, you posting pictures of, we finally got out, like we off. How long?
Yeah, man. So this was like the 13th. I think the 13th was when they made the announcement that they were suspending all like cruises. We still had like an additional, 7 days or something like that left of the cruise, and so we could not go back to Miami to port because there were so many ships coming in. So we had to like just stay out to sea, pretty much. We couldn't go to any ports. We were just out to sea for like 7 days straight. And so then they told us when we got back to Miami that we would be on a 2-week quarantine period where we couldn't even leave the ship. So at this point, I'm just like, I mean, it was crazy. And so they had us doing a lot of, when we let the passengers off, finally, we had to sanitize the ship, like our area. So like my area was like backstage, the dressing room, library, stuff like that. So we had to like do like heavy cleaning, heavy sanitizing, and we had to be quarantined or whatever. And so then I want to say the 22nd is when I actually got off the ship, the 22nd of March.
Wow.
So
it's like 10 days. 10 days on the ship. And what's funny is a lot of people are listening. They're probably like, a cruise ship, that's not a bad place to be stuck because they think it's like real luxurious. But when you're on crew, when you're on crew, you basically sleep in a closet.
Literally. Now I will say it was probably the safest place to be because it was like this like small like microorganism, and we had no cases. Like we were a green ship. There were like no cases on our that I know of. I'll say that. That no cases were reported, and so I mean it was pretty much. But like you said, like I had a roommate. My cabin was like super small. It was like the walls were caving in. It was just too much to deal with. And then I'm in Miami, like I'm like hours from my home.
Right.
Get me off this shit, please. Right.
I can imagine. Let me just, because I know you. We've been on trips together, so I can imagine you on a ship. You in the dock. You docked, but you can't get off the ship. But Miami's right there, and Miami's still popping probably. I know you was on the deck watching. You was like,
because you can see the beaches, you can see everybody on the beach and everything. Yeah.
You waving from the ship. Hey y'all, hey.
just like I just felt trapped. Like I just felt trapped.
Yeah,
I felt trapped. And then
I
I'm like,
can't
oh, my
imagine.
family, I can't get to nobody.
Right.
My family is just. It was nerve wracking, and then to hear like the developments on the news like every single day, and then to hear at the time where we were in Miami that Miami was a hot spot
Mm-hmm.
for it. And because I think people were like there were a whole bunch of kids at the beach and stuff, and then on spring break or something like that, and then they all later got coronavirus or whatever. But it was just like I was like, I can't believe this is actually happening right now.
Yeah, that's insane. I can't.
It was crazy.
I can't. It seems it's really funny because a lot of people, like I said, they think that being on a cruise ship is luxurious. It sounds almost like you're on a floating prison. Like it was a small population. Nobody could come visit. You stuck in a cell with somebody who you don't really get along with. Your mind is going crazy, and you can see free people. Like you can see free people like off the side of the boat on the beach just hanging out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And then and granted, I was still getting. While I was on the ship, I was still getting paid. But they what they did was they just went ahead and cut the contract pretty much, and then paid us like a severance pay. Because I still had like a couple more months left, and then they were like, well, we're gonna pick back up on this date. And then when they start throwing around dates, I'm like, I don't think anybody knows what to do, what to say, how to calm people down, how to soothe people, like because everybody's thinking about like how am I gonna like survive, how am I gonna make money and all this stuff. And so they were like saying things to like pacify us, but I'm like I knew, I'm like we don't know what is going to happen, especially with the like the cruise industry and then like the performance and the entertainment industry period. Like right now it's just like there's no large gatherings. It's just it's a different place, man. It's this is definitely
yeah
yeah
I get it. Yeah, that's like over half my income gone like in the blink of an eye, because I mean my March and April were about to be lit, and then all of a sudden it was doom doom doom. I even had a show that I was supposed to do for a convention for people who have visual impairments, like at the blind conference. And it's the second year I was going to do it, and they told me that was canceled. It's not until July, and I'm like, that's a long way out, and they already canceled. I'm like, can we just tell them that everybody's 6 feet apart? Like, I don't know how they gonna know. A couple people got real long sticks. But I, like, I was just like, this is insane.
That was terrible.
God know my heart. So what? As an entertainer, everything falls by the wayside. Now you're like, what am I going to do? What have you been doing anything? I mean, if people don't know out there, Lamont here is an amazing singer, actor, writer, producer. Man. I mean, you name it. He's like the underground Childish Gambino. I mean, he does everything.
I'll take it.
Like for real, you do everything. So like, what have you been doing to try to supplement that income since then?
So right now, man, I've actually been doing a lot of virtual auditions because I do have an agent, whatever. So they've been sending me like a lot of auditions. So I've done like maybe like 10 a week so far.
Wow.
Of course, you don't get money from that, but it's just trying to like put myself out there, see what lands after all this kind of calms down. Right now I'm just kind of like living off of like my savings. Pretty much, and I mean I'm not really spending much money. Thankfully, not going out, not doing any of that stuff. So, yeah, man, I could do like the grocery store route or something. Anything that I can do to make money right now is gonna put me around. It's gonna put me at risk of like. I ain't trying to.
No. I get it. I've seen a lot of people posting jobs. I'm like, I'm good. I'll be here till I'm not. And
I tried that at home. I tried to work at home thing. Like, it just ain't me. And I'm like, nah,
okay. Now, so you're doing virtual auditions. Have you done any virtual shows yet?
No.
Okay. So like on the comedy side, a lot of people are starting to do these virtual comedy shows. And I've never been on the music side of things outside of being at like, festivals and working with musical artists. But like, I've never been the musician. Okay. Are you interested in stuff like that? Because for me, I need to feed off a crowd. And if I can't hear a crowd, it doesn't work the same. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But see, that makes sense though. That makes sense. Yeah, man. I don't know. I would do it. I would do
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna keep that in mind. If I put together something, I'll let you know.
yeah, let me know, man. Let me know.
Because comedy is, I mean, it's weird. You literally just talking. You don't know if anybody's listening. You don't know when to stop talking. Like I did one, bro. I did one, and the guy was like, "Man, you were going like 60 miles a minute." And I was like, "Yeah, I I didn't know when to stop. Like no one interrupted me with laughter." And what you know me. Once I get going, I'm going. You know,
you gone, right?
Yeah,
right,
like I'm
right.
going until somebody interrupts. It's over. Like so, it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Sense.
if it was the same for musicians.
Yeah, no, it's just because if you're like singing or something like that, like you just get in the zone and you just ride it.
Okay.
You just ride it. So
yeah, I think that's what I did on accident. It's just my zone didn't have any pauses or breaths. I'm the twister of comedy, I guess. I don't know what it was.
Right. Hey, I ain't mad.
Yeah. Now I know you've written several plays throughout the years.
Yeah, man.
Anything like that going on in your head?
Not right now, man.
No. Are you finding it hard to be motivated to do something? Because you don't know. I was talking to my wife about this the other day, and she was like, "Well, what are you working on?" And I was like, I'm really not, because there's no light right now. Like I don't know what the end of the tunnel is. So, it's not like I have 3 weeks off to write this. I might have 3 years. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, man. It's I keep trying to get motivated. I'm trying. One thing I did take from this period is to rest. Mm-hmm. Rest is good. Like it's good to clear your mind to absolutely do nothing. Like do nothing creative. Do nothing. Absolutely nothing. But I feel like I've had enough of that time. Nothing time. So now I need to get in the zone.
But it's hard. It's hard to turn that on. It's hard to just be like, yeah, I'm in it now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I got a 2-year-old, so you have to let me know what that rest thing is like, because let me just say, I miss going on the road for a weekend. Sleeping in my own bed in a hotel, but it's cool. Now it's great to spend quality time with people and to get some rest and to recharge. But then at a certain point,
for sure.
at a certain point, the recharge is done, and now you got to figure out what to do next. Wow.
Yeah. So that's where I am. That's where I am right now. Really, the space I am. I'm just okay, all right. Let me tap into whatever I'm supposed to tap into.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
Yeah. And I know Georgia is starting to reopen a lot of things, right?
Yeah. So today they opened up salons and everything last Friday. Today they were supposed to open up all the malls, but now they pushed that opening to Monday, which is, I'm not going out there, but have fun, whoever decides to go.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll see. I can't trust it yet.
No, I don't trust it yet either. My wife and I were riding around earlier today, and we heard something about Georgia and how I think it's Kemper, that's your all's governor right now, or Kemp or something.
Kemp.
Yeah, he opened up everything and was opening malls, but as of today, there's already 1,000 cases reported in the last 24 hours, 1,000 new cases, and he's just like, all right, well, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah,
because they're just thinking about money. That's all they're thinking about is money, and it's crazy. It's there's going to be no economy when there's no people.
Right. There's nobody left to spend money, and you ain't gonna make none. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I've started to resolve in my mind that from now on things might just be the way they are right now. It might be everything's virtual for the next couple of years. It might be
for real.
That's why I'm trying to get over that hump. I'm trying to get over the hump of that virtual comedy thing, because that might be the only way I'm gonna make money.
It might, for real. It might be the norm for a while.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, but
right. Yeah. The only good part is we rented a brand new movie the other day for $20, and it usually costs us $80 to go to the movies. So.
Okay.
So that was that was good for the economy, of my household. for my personal economy. Yeah, my personal economy. Thank you.
Right.
But so have you talked to anybody else from the crew since you guys left the ship?
Yeah, I talk to my cast pretty much every day to check in, see how they're doing. Everybody's in the same boat, really.
Right.
Everybody's just in the same boat. And then the two of our dancers. Well, it was four singers and 2 dancers. Our 2 dancers are from the Ukraine, and so I think they just they were just able to go home. I think like last Friday or something like that, or
Wow.
something crazy. Yeah. So they've of course been on the ship like for a long time. But,
That's yeah.
yeah. So we don't know. We don't know if if things get back up and running, will they like the office sent us an email saying that they may bring us back for like the finish out the contract, or just to like get a new cast on, or offer us like a new 6-month contract. I don't know what is going on. Like they don't know, but
yeah.
So I'll just kind of like play it by ear and see how that goes. I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. Now listen, I know this is just me personally being curious, because knowing you, I know that you, all your boys that was in your group called The Worship back in the day. You guys love to make up songs for everything. Like no matter whatever occasion was going on, there was a song you guys would do. It didn't matter what it was. You would make up songs. I remember "Drop Kick Me Jesus Through Them Pearly Gates" was a song. Yeah. So question, you're stuck on a cruise ship. You got a bunch of other creative people around you. You're trying to teach adults to wash their hands. Was there a wash your hands song that you guys had?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you missed an opportunity, Lamont.
We missed, yeah. I think I was so frustrated that I actually had to do the job of telling you to wash your hands that I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah. In my head, I was like, I know Lamont probably had something going on.
Nothing, man. Nope. Nothing.
Oh, okay.
As soon as they were like, you're gonna have a lunch duty to like sit outside for like an hour and a half. I'm sorry, what?
They gave you like the worst duty possible too, like a meal time, like breakfast. People ain't gonna show up because it's cruise. Most of them hung over. But like
lunch.
But lunch and dinner, like those, and you got to tell grown, and they real grown, like real old people. real old, like real old. Like you got to tell them to wash their hands, and they grumpy.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So, that's I mean, yeah. We might be dealing with the same stuff. I gotta tell my toddler to wash her hands, but she don't have no kind of lip like Myrtle.
Yeah. See.
Myrtle and Gertrude and
Myrtle.
Them old hussies was mad. Right.
Mad.
Right.
Man, flashbacks.
What was?
But yeah, no, I didn't create any song.
Okay, was there one person who talked back to you and it stuck with you? Because I know old people, they talk some nasty stuff. Like they will talk some junk and make you feel like you worthless. Was there anything that somebody said to you that gave you that feeling?
Mm-mm.
Good.
Nope.
Then you escaped. Because
I escaped it.
Yeah, because I'm sure somebody heard that, somebody been washing their hands since before they was a twinkle.
Somebody got it. Yeah. Somebody probably,
One of them little Ukrainian dancers was in the closet crying. She could not deal with it.
I've been washing my hands for 56 years. I don't need you to tell me how to wash my hands.
I'm like it is amazing to me the amount of people, because I still work with the college a lot, and I'd be in the gym or something, and I see people coming through and they like come in the bathroom, blow it up, leave, not touch the faucet, or they be washing their hands, and I'm singing "Row, row, row your boat" in my head. They're not even making it to Merrily, bro. They out like they gone, and I'm like, that's not even. You ain't killing not one germ. Man, but it's grown people. Yeah.
I think this is really, it's exposed like even how like hygiene isn't taken seriously. Like, and I'll just speak for like America. It's just not like taken seriously here.
Yeah.
And,
oh yeah.
Like I'm begging you to wash your hands. I'm begging you to like use hand sanitizer, to cough in your elbow, to like stuff that we learned in like preschool. Like it's just it's crazy, man.
I think the problem here is, before this, America in general, we had a cure or a fix-it for almost everything that would go wrong. So our population got this invincibility complex where they thought nothing's gonna hit us. We're gonna be fine. And like me and you,
Yep.
we've been to Africa. We've seen
Right.
what it's like in small villages don't have anything,
Yeah, man.
and how hard they
Right.
got to work to get some soap on their hands. You know what I'm saying? They working with
Yeah,
a
for sure.
see-through bar of soap. we
Yeah.
just have it. We have it readily available. We just take it for granted. So it's that's ridiculous. Okay. If you had like one piece of hopeful advice to give to the country, to anybody who's in your situation or just in general, what would it be?
Yeah. I have to say this to like all my friends, like just encouraging people, like this, just like everything else, this is gonna pass. Like it's not gonna last forever. So only thing we can do is like live in a moment and to like the term like making lemonade when life hands you a lemon. You just make the best out of like your time. Like if you're creative, like dig into that, dig into like your creativity, which I need to do. Speaking to myself as well, but dig into creativity, man, and just different ways to stay active, keep working out, exercise. It'll pass. It won't last forever. So just don't. I think we still need to keep our mind like moving forward, and if you have like dreams or goals or whatever you like want to do, like keep like those aren't dead, and so you just keep moving towards that, even though like we're in this situation right now. It won't last. It won't last always. So
Word. Speaking of moving forward, okay, there's little things that as people we took for granted before, right? There's things that you sitting in the house now and you watched all the Netflix, you done gone through all the Hulu, everything on Amazon Prime that was worth anything. Your Disney Plus is tapped out. You ain't, you lost all your friends on Words with Friends. So now you sitting there, you trying to figure out like you're missing like your regular life. What is one thing that before you didn't think too much about, but now you like cannot wait to have it happen again? Like one thing out there in freedom.
I'm just like personal like interaction with people, like group interactions, like because I'm the type, I'm kind of like introverted, extroverted. I'm like both of them, but like when I want to be to myself, I'm to myself. But like now I'm like forced to be to myself, and so like that's like I want to be around people when I want to be around people, and so it's like I miss that. You know what I mean? So
right.
That's
that's true.
That I never thought I would say that, like, because I'm just like not big on like I don't need the energy of people. Like I don't have to. It doesn't make me like thrive, but I'm like now it's like okay, I need like a game night, a real one, like not through a screen.
Right. Yeah. That's true. It's funny. What's funny is I'm the extrovert, obviously, but my wife is pretty introverted. Like, she keeps like 110 friends on Facebook. That's it. Like that's how she is. And
that's
like,
why she ain't added me.
Bro, if did you add her? If you added her, it is.
I think we're friends on there.
Bro, if you added her, it is an epic moment. Like she's on the couch, like, well, I like him. Somebody gotta go. And she's going through like, you not entertaining no more. And like, I mean, it's cutthroat. I'm surprised I'm still on the friends list. Like if we wasn't married, I don't know if I'd make the cut.
You will make the cut.
I don't think I'd make the cut. But she's an introvert most of the time. But it's by choice, like what you're saying. Like she has the choice. If she wants to go do something, she can do it. And I remember like the first 2 weeks we was in here, I'm relaxing because I'm like, I done been out all the time for the last 8 years. Let me take a little rest. Like, bro, she was the first one. We need to go do something. We got to go on a drive, a walk. Like, I don't care. We got to get out this house. And I was shocked, but she explained exactly what you're saying. Before I had the choice. I didn't choose to go out, but I had the choice.
Yeah.
Now I don't even have. Yeah. That's it's rough, man.
It's rough. It's like when you take away that liberty is gone. You know, it's just like
yeah. It's
but
it's funny. Me and you and me part of the crew that in Cincinnati area does the breakout games. I feel like I feel like we are in a breakout game, but we don't have no clues.
We ain't got out yet.
They ain't gave us no
ain't nobody
clues.
Saying nothing.
Like, bro, I learned how to sew a mask. That was a skill I picked up. I think I maybe unlocked one of the levels. Yeah, bro, I got a mask with my face on. I took one of my comedy T-shirts. It's got my face right here on my face. I got my face on my face. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's but I mean it's it's strange because you
Yeah,
don't
man. It's strange.
you don't have an exit strategy. You like I don't know what I'm supposed to be
Yeah,
doing to
man.
help
I
outside
don't
of
know
sitting around.
what. Yeah, man. Yeah. And the person that's operating the breakout room don't know what's going on. Like, can you imagine that? Dude, like, yeah. That's where we are. Like, nobody knows.
Well, you in Georgia, so you got a double layer of like Kentucky's governor's doing. Andy Bashir, if you're listening, great job because he's right now, in my opinion, he's killing it. He's doing what he's supposed to do. And I'm just gonna say, Georgia, Stacey Abrams wouldn't have let this happen.
No, she wouldn't have.
No,
she wouldn't have.
She would have Lysol that
you
state
played
down.
Yourself, Georgia. Georgia, you played yourself.
Yeah, she would have put some Pine Sol on the Capitol, and y'all would have been safe. That's the power of Pine Sol. She would have put it on there. Y'all would have been smelling lemony fresh.
You know
and
what?
Been free.
You're right.
I know.
Oh my God.
God know my heart. Yeah, but it's no, it's ridiculous, man. It is crazy.
Yeah.
So, let's say we're a year into the future. All this has been lifted.
Okay.
What do you take from this experience? Obviously, you said earlier, rest is important. Like, what other lessons are you picking up in this experience that you want to take when you move out of this experience, hopefully?
Man, saving money more. Like some stuff like that you just have the liberty to just like go and just frivolously spend things. It's like you can live without that stuff. Like I just it right now we're at like the basic, like we're living with like the minimal interaction, minimal like everything right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just good. I mean, it's just a good practice to just keep to maintain, like, and then now, especially like maintaining like relationships, because it's like now it's like the only way you can talk to people really is like through like over the phone or like through video and stuff like that. So like even being more, I guess being more like intentional about like maintaining relationships too. Because stuff like this it kind of opens your eyes and then with people like dying every day, especially like from this, it makes you just like value family, value friendships and stuff. So it's like, yeah, those are key things that I'm probably going to like definitely keep.
All right, awesome. Well, Lamont, thank you for taking a moment to sit down, talk, chill, laugh.
Oh,
you want to take us out with a song? No,
nope.
I'm just kidding.
Do not.
You can't get it free. Look them up on YouTube, Instagram, Lamont Hill. Okay, you can find him. He's out there. You can even look up some of his old group called The Worship. They all fly too. I'll put in a shout out to all of them.
We're gonna do a reunion soon too.
Oh, really? Okay. Y'all need a comedic opening?
Probably next year.
You need a comedian opening?
You know what? I got you though. If we do,
I do churches. Tell Fred, Isaiah, all of them. Joe got us.
All right.
He gonna open up. I'll do one hymn.
I'll
do one random hymn to him. I'll do one of them, and then we'll move on to the concert.
Oh man, you crazy?
Yeah. All right, Lamont. Thank you so much, man.
All right, man. Thanks, bro.
Thank you, Lamont, for joining me. That is Lamont Hill. You should look him up for sure. Check out everything he's got out there on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. Brilliant singer, brilliant entertainer, brilliant writer, director, producer, like I said, and a great friend. Stay tuned. If you have a story you think we need to know about or a friend you think we need to talk to, please let me know. Make sure you comment in our YouTube comment section. You can send me a message directly, or also you can join me on Patreon. That's where I post comedy videos, I post memes, and these episodes come out about a week before they premiere on YouTube. So I hope you guys stay safe and stay safe at home. This is the CoVids.